Hello, everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel, The Big Black American Secret. My name is Daniel Jackson. Be sure to share and like the videos. Also, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos or go live from time to time. Today, I want to talk about a very important subject, one that's on a whole lot of people's minds. And from being on social media, I see the picture forming. You know, I'm starting to see a pattern. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm talking about Kamala Harris being picked as vice president to Joe Biden. Now, most people thinking, they voice their concerns. They say, Joe Biden, you need to pick a female vice president that's black. And guess what? Because that's what the majority of people was pushing. He said, okay, and he picked Kamala Harris. Now, we need to use that same energy to voice our concerns that, hey, we want reparations. We want guaranteed reparations for our vote. Period. If you want the White House bad enough, which you have shown that you do, you will do what you need to get black Americans guaranteed vote. Okay? Now, voting is a trade-off. That's something my people have not been taught about. Voting, they call it quid quo pro. It's a hard word to say for me, but it's something for something. If I vote for you, you're guaranteeing me something. It's a business transaction, and we need to just get involved in the business process. Now you're thinking, well, if we don't vote for Joe Biden, then Donald Trump is going to be in the White House another 4 years. And that will be the case. If he don't want this presidency bad enough, then yeah, it won't be our fault that he don't guarantee us reparations and lose to Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? It's not our fault. We've dealt with this bullshit for long enough. Right now we're in a perfect opportunity. If Joe Biden, racist Joe Biden, wants this presidency bad enough, black people need to use this opportunity to press that issue hard, very hard. Even the people who think like this, oh, well, we ain't gonna get reparations, that take a long time to get, you can't think like that. That's scary thinking, you're afraid, you know what I'm saying? And it's time out for the fear, completely time out for the fear. It's unwanted, unnecessary, and fear is just that. It's spelled F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. We have to be bold and brave in this time. We in a whole new section in life. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it what people have said years back, is that we're in the fullness of time. It's a spiritual saying. People might say religious, but I ain't a religious person no more. It's spiritual. Right now, this thing with Kamala Harris has black people split down the middle. Those people who are for her, and then those people who are against her. The people who are for her, they see a black woman who will possibly do great things for the black people. It's the very same mentality of the people who voted for Barack Obama. He was a black person. We put him in office. He will look out for black people, and we all know that didn't happen. You don't get me wrong. I ain't saying he was a bad person while in the White House. No, he was very presidential. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of down the middle of the road. Now, what people don't know is President Obama was given a reparations package from Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Claude Anderson had a reparations demand, economic stimulus for black America. President Obama ignored it, didn't touch it, act like he didn't know nothing about it, but it was delivered to the White House by Dr. Claude Anderson. And Dr. Claude Anderson is a very serious individual. He's been in politics for over 50 years. The man has been putting in work for black America. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought, like a good majority of people in America thought, or black people thought, that maybe Barack Obama, nobody asked him, told him that black people wanted reparations. Or maybe he was afraid that if he talked about it or mentioned it, then he wouldn't get become president, which was probably true. But either way it go, he went out his way to not address the issues that we have. Now, if you so blind and you so in love with the idea of Barack Obama, and I'm saying this and it pisses you off, that's on you, because I'm telling you straight facts. I ain't telling you nothing out the way. You know, we can't be so in love with an idea of a person that we can't see their flaws. You understand what I'm saying? Because that would be no different than a woman married to an abusive man who can't seem to understand the fact that she's being abused by this man. You see, that's when they say love got you blind. You feel what I'm saying? And it's time out for black folks to have love affairs with all the wrong people. Racism is just that. It has black people in an abusive relationship. Okay? Time out for that. You know, matter of fact, getting back to the Kamala Harris thing, here's what's really going on. The system of racism, white supremacy, is pitting black men against black women. What am I saying? What does that mean? What I'm saying and what it means is black women are known to go hard at the polls for Democrats. You know, they go to the black woman and the black woman gonna push it through for them. You see what I'm saying? So they're using that element to use our women to deliver the presidency to them again without giving us tangibles, without guaranteeing us reparations. Now, just so a lot of y'all don't misunderstand this, we ain't saying you can write a check to us today before we vote for you. No, what we're saying is you guarantee us, once you get into office, you will do everything in your power to make sure that black people get proper reparations. And if I have my way about it, that reparations will be directed by Dr. Claude Anderson and whoever the hell he picks to help him with that. None of these other motherfuckers who I don't know nothing about. Dr. Claude Anderson is almost one of the only people who can speak for black Americans sensibly and about economic situations like this. So they ain't finna be trying to slide some old ignorant black skinned person with white brain try to fuck us like that. Ain't happening. But what I'm saying is, all Joe Biden has to do is guarantee black America that he will guarantee us reparations if we guarantee him the White House. And it's simple. But what's hard about it is Joe Biden is a racist. He feel like if he does this, he'll lose any white votes that he had coming to him, not knowing he will not. While white people, majority of them, or whatever percentage, might not want black people to be on, even footing. It's just a thought of even footing. How can I put this? Yeah, there are a lot of people that's racist. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't want black people to have reparations. But I don't think that number of people will outbalance the number of people who want Trump out of office. And I'm talking white people. You understand what I'm saying? So we have a perfect opportunity, a perfect storm, if you want to use them terms, to not only demand reparations, but to get them. But we can't be pussies. We can't be silly, sad, simp-ass motherfuckers right now. We got to be strong. We need to stand up. All of us. Even you motherfuckers. And I'm calling your motherfucker to your face. Even you people who don't really get it right now. Even you people who don't believe we need reparations. Even you. Just start to say it in your post on social media. It don't matter to you no way. What can it hurt? Not a damn thing. You see what I'm saying? We live in a democratic system, which means we live in a system where majority rules. So if the majority of black people seriously demand reparations, we will get them. You can't ask people in power to give you anything. Power only concedes to power. Right now we have some leverage, and we should use this time wisely. You got less than 80 days. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So we need to use it wisely. This is not hate Kamala Harris. She has a shitty track record as far as locking up black folks. And I could care less about that. Matter of fact, if Trump guarantees us reparations, I'll guarantee his ass another 4 years in the White House. It don't matter. Whichever president is in the White House, black people have been getting shitted on. You can't dispute that fact at all. Not one iota. Our financial situations have not changed under not one president. See what I'm saying? Because we have not been focused on the real problem, which is financial. We need what was taken from us. We need what's owed to us. We ain't begging for shit. This is a debt that's owed, and it's a debt that will be paid one way or another. And that's how we got to be as black people. Again, they're pitting black men against black women right now. And that's why you see it. I saw some posts that said, oh, you got a lot of black men hating on Kamala Harris. No, it ain't they hating on her. Her track record sucks. She is proven anti-male, anti-black male. She's locked up so many of them, it's crazy. And she's locked up black women, head of households, for their children not going to school like they're supposed to. I mean, you got to think when a person is focused on this. Now, the reason they want Kamala Harris in the White House is because she's tough on crime. Joe Biden, tough on crime. See, that's a buzzword for racist white people. If they can get a person in the White House who's tough on crime, that means keep the niggers down. Keep black folks down. That's what that means. When you ever, from now on, whenever you hear tough on crime, automatically think keep the niggers down, because that's exactly what it means. You understand what I'm saying? Because racist white people want to keep the system of law and order intact, because they think if black people aren't held down legally by police, then their lives are in danger. I kid you not, people. These motherfuckers really believe that shit. But what white people don't seem to understand or realize, they have so conditioned us. Them's the safest motherfuckers in the world. Black people will kill each other before they even think about killing a white person. I ain't lying. I'm one of the most focused people when it comes to black issues that you might ever meet. I'm down for my people. You feel what I'm saying? But here's how deep conditioning is. This just the other day, it couldn't have been more than 2 days ago. I'm driving. Me and my two boys was in the car coming from doing something. But there was a guy in front of me driving slow and fumbling with some shit. We get to a light. I'm in a hurry because I need to get home. And so the light turned green. I waited a couple of seconds and he didn't go nowhere, so I blew my horn. And he got upset, looking out his door, looking back at me and didn't want to move. And I'm getting upset like, man, I want to kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We go from 0 to 60 like that when it comes to each other. That's conditioning. Pure conditioning. We are, in fact, like secret weapons for the system of racism, white supremacy, because we will kill each other without thinking twice. And it's fucked up because we ain't each other's real enemy. It's the motherfuckers who have caused us to be this way. And I'm talking me, somebody who love my people, will die for my people. But at the same time, if my people piss me off, I will be one of you motherfuckers that will probably kill you. Purely conditioning. I have to go out my way to remember this, that we've been so conditioned this way, to be extra patient with my people, and hopefully my people will be extra patient with me. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, and black people will say it in a minute. Oh, well, we're just not that kind of people. You know, we're not very we won't harm people. No, what you mean is, when it comes to white people, you patient, and you're loving, and you're forgiving. But when it comes to your own people, you have been conditioned. Almost like that damn movie, The Bourne Identity. He lost his memory, but he had all them skills to fight and protect himself, and it was a super killer. We have been conditioned so much so by the system of racism and white supremacy. We like super killers against each other. That's why gang violence is kind of prevalent in the black neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accident. Now, I'm gonna connect to this video, a video. It'll be a link by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing explaining the system of racism and white supremacy, because I think all black people know. I know all black people need to know about this system, because before I knew about this system, I was lost. I hadn't had a clue. You can watch some other of my videos. I talk about that. But what I'm saying is, if a good majority of black people, or if not all black people, understood the system of racism and white supremacy, we wouldn't be divided right now. We would see exactly what the system is trying to do. The system don't want to guarantee black people reparations. So it gives us a black face, i.e. Kamala Harris, to appease us. See what I'm saying? She's your reparations. You see what I'm saying? This is like, this is your reparations, Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to lock up police when they kill black people. We give you Kamala Harris. She's tough on crime. You know what I mean? America they will not punish their killers. They reward their killers of black people, and that's the police force. Now, this is a phrase you may not ever heard of before, but the nation's police force is the civilian enforcement arm of the system of racism and white supremacy, meaning that the police force was created and designed, and this goes all the way back to slavery. These people were slave catchers. The original police force was a slave catching organization. And the badges, almost the same as today. You see what I'm saying? So, that being the case, the police force, again, is the civilian enforcement arm of the system of racism and white supremacy. They're designed to keep black folks down, to keep us in line. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you have a presence of real police officers nowadays at schools to enforce the prison to school pipeline. School to prison pipeline, I'm sorry. People, we got to wake up. We have to wake up. You understand? And we can no longer be just soft pussies, as men. We got to toughen up on this thing. I mean, we have to really grow balls and be men. The system of racism, white supremacy does a great job at chopping black men's balls off. Mentally, back in the day, physically. They would castrate black men, yes. Now, all that being said, the choice is simple. We cannot fear another 4 years of Trump if Biden is so racist he do not want to give black people what we have always been owed. You understand what I'm saying? If he is so racist where he don't guarantee us that, then we won't guarantee his ass the White House. Trump being in office another 4 years don't matter. Ain't shit gonna change for us anyway. Period. Y'all have to know that. I'm hoping y'all ain't so far gone that y'all don't understand that. It don't matter who's in the White House. The situation for black people will not change under the current circumstances. If we do not get reparations, our financial situations will stay the same. That's it. Now, if we do demand and get reparations, or when we do demand and get reparations, i.e. right now, then we have an opportunity to change some things. Yeah, some people will blow any money they get because they not developed yet. I know what I'm going to do with my money. Hopefully you know what you would do with your money. The money is, you take it, and it should be money and land. Removal of debts. Any and all things that could make situations in life better for us. Now, I'm going to tell you, I know for 100% fact that all black Americans are aboriginal. to America. Some of us are Aboriginals from England. Some of us are Aboriginal from the West Indies. You see what I'm saying? But we're all Aboriginal, melanated people. We're not West Africans, is what I'm trying to tell you. The transatlantic slave trade was not only told to us in reverse, it was a cover story for a real slave trade that took place. And I'm going to tell you the name of that slave trade, and I'll also put the name of the slave trade in the description. But that slave trade, and you can Google this, was called the International Indigenous American Slave Trade. I want you to Google that. And like I say, I'll put that title in the description so you could be reminded of it. That being said, this reparations is only for lost labor. When this thing is drafted, that's why I'm going to need Dr. Claude Anderson involved in this, so it ain't no tricky language in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not... What I'm saying is we're owed way more than just for our labor, because this land is ours. But I'm willing to start somewhere to fix this. See what I'm saying? And payment for lost labor would be a good start. Now, when enough of us get on board with and understand that we are all Aboriginal people, you know, by getting educated by me or some other person who's willing to take you down that path, then you start to, you know, do your own genealogy with your family, and you dig into your records, and you start to see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, leave me a comment if you're interested in learning about your Aboriginal past. I do teach. Well, I direct. See what I'm saying? I'm like a coach. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but leave me a comment in the thing saying that you are very interested and you want to get started in learning, and I'll definitely reach out to you. Okay? But anyway, like I'm saying, the Kamala Harris thing, we can no longer be distracted by it, because it really ain't about her. Our objection, those who seem to be against her, we're objecting the fact that she is being used as a distraction, taking our focus off of what's more important, which is reparations for black Americans. See, white people saying, oh, we give them a black face, they'll be quiet, like they did with Barack Obama. They shouldn't want anything else after this. But that's, we went through 8 years of that. Why would we fall for the same trick again? Why? It don't make sense. You know what? Fooled me once, shame on me, you. No, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You know what I'm saying? Why would we fall for it again? See what I'm saying? So it ain't that we are against Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. No. We should only vote for them if they guarantee us reparations. Our guaranteed vote for guaranteed reparations. It's a bargaining tool. We're going to use it to the fullest. I mean, it's as simple as that. This man, he either obviously wants the presidency or he don't. So the choice is not on us no more, it's on him. It's completely on him. It's completely on him. So I don't want to see black people at each other no more, because it's unproductive, people. And again, it goes back to what I just told you earlier about us being at each other. We'll fight each other quicker than we'll fight anybody. It's almost like it's second nature to us. And it's just a learned behavior. It's not natural. You understand? So, the takeaway from this is nobody's against Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. We want them to be president. Hell, everybody needs for Trump to be out of office, but not at the expense of us not getting reparations. Matter of fact, this is a pivotal time that we can use this pressure to get what we want. And that's what I want everybody to see. To use this short window of opportunity, because there's a lot of pressure on Joe Biden right now, a lot of pressure on him, because ain't shit he doing is working. Even his decision to pick Kamala Harris as vice president is working against him, because her record is bad, and enough people remember that. They ain't just letting up off the foot pedal. You see what I'm saying? So racism, white supremacy, i.e. Joe Biden right now is in a scramble. He don't know what to do. We have made our demands clear. And it's out there. And they hear what we're saying. They just trying to ignore it enough to see if we'll just shut the fuck up. No, we should never shut up on that. If somebody owe you something, they should pay. You go to work for 40 hours and your check not be ready on payday. You're going to raise all kind of hell, ain't you? Because they owe you. You have done a service. You have worked time. Your paycheck ain't charity. You've earned that. Your ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears have earned you reparations. Your children should not suffer the way you have. White people that are ancestors of slave owners are living off of land, businesses, old bank accounts that their ancestors stole from us. They don't work hard like you and me. They got 2 and 3 different incomes. You see what I'm saying? So we got to get off this fucking mind fog thinking everybody the same and everything equal. No, the fuck it ain't. If I put it to you a different way. Let's say you owned a business and all of your employees work for free. You would make a shitload of money because your biggest expense is labor. Think about it. These motherfuckers had free labor for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years of free labor. Making cheddar. And we get shitted on. Matter of fact, do you know when they abolished slavery, so-called abolished it, the slave owners got reparation? Did you know that? It's in the history books. You can Google that shit. They got reparations for loss of their slaves. But the slaves still ain't got shit. Come on, people. Toughen up. Take what you want. Reparations, that's yours. You ain't begging for no handout. That's no charity. It's your shit. Stand on your square. Grow some balls. You know what I'm saying? Be men, be women. Be black men, be black women. Toughen up, man. You ain't begging for shit. You telling them what you want, that's a demand. And now's their time, they gotta hear you. You know what the funny shit gonna happen? I guarantee you this. I bet you $1. I bet you my dollar to your dime. If Joe Biden agreed to reparations, you know who else finna up the ante? Trump. Let's say Biden said, "Oh yeah, I'll get $2 trillion reparation package." You know what Trump gonna say? $3 billion reparation package. Cause that fucker hate to lose. He a pure white trash motherfucker. And it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. I would love to see them motherfuckers fighting about reparations for black people. Because that's the way it should be. Stole our labor. We built our own fucking land here. Them people stole our shit. Had us building shit for them. And now they acting like they don't owe us some shit. Come on now. What kind of madness is that? You know? Reparations is just phase 1. Shit ain't gonna stop. Like I say, the ground under your feet belong to you. Reach out to me if you want to understand what I'm talking about. Reach out to me if you want to understand what I'm talking about. Okay? On that note, I'm gonna end this because again, this thing with Kamala Harris is confusing a lot of people and it's a big fucking distraction. And I'm hoping this video will help end some of the confusion. Because whether y'all know it or not, y'all social media posting is in itself a form of power. It's advertisement. Whenever you post and share, you're advertising. You know what I'm saying? This tool that we have, you know, Facebook, Instagram, all these other social media sites were more than likely created for entertainment purposes. Just to kind of hook up, have fun. But when you can use these platforms for powerful reasons, things, I mean, you know, like communicating to your people, for all of us getting on the same page, then we must use those things. You got to use what you have in your hand right now to make the most impact that you can right now. You have to use what you have right now to get what you need right now. You can't wait for the perfect time to do nothing because there is no such thing as a perfect time. And right now, reparations is something that can benefit us all. So no matter what you feel about it, how you think about it, start to, in your post, put no reparations, no vote, and just leave it there. It don't matter. Take the emotions out of it. It's a business transaction. No reparations, no vote. And see how quick shit started to change, Because in your circle, let's just say you have 200 people who know you in your circle, your social media circle. That person has 200 people in their circle, and that person has 200 people. You see how it multiplies? So if I post something and it goes out to my 200 people, and each one of those people, 200 people, and then it's a multiplication effect, goes crazy, goes wild. Used to be like this, I think it was I forget, it was a shampoo commercial or something. I tell two people, and they tell two people, and so on and so on. It's one of them things. But again, it's actually more than that. It's how many other people that are in your Facebook, I don't know what you call them, people that follow you. You know what I'm saying? When you post something, a good majority of those people see those posts. When they post it, repost it, then those people see, you see what I'm saying? That's why the social media posting is so powerful. It's free, it's fast, and it's fun, and it's easy to do. Sharing posts don't take any energy, and you can quickly move on to your next task. That's why it's a powerful tool. And I'm pretty sure they didn't design this thing for us to use it like this, but it's a good thing they did. But like most things, once they realize black people are using this for their benefit, they're going to start to restrict and change things. So we need a backup plan as far as staying connected. And for me and for you, that backup plan is it's a black-owned, kind of like a Facebook social media platform called Black Enough. And I'll put that in the description. And you should go over there and go ahead and sign up while it's, before they start to do shit different with this Facebook thing. Because eventually it's going to change or go to where the dinosaur, because nothing lasts forever. Or they'll start restricting what we can say and do. You understand what I'm saying? So you need an alternative way when that happens, because we all still need to stay connected, because people, whether you know it or not, we are at war, have been at war for 528 years. When Christopher Columbus came in 1492, war was declared on us by the Roman Catholic Church. Pope Francis VI, I believe, on May 4th, 1493. The Roman Catholic Church made a declaration giving Christopher Columbus the power to enslave, rape, and do what he wanted over in the West Indies. You understand what I'm saying? And that war was never undeclared. When you decree something, you're declaring something. So the Roman Catholic Church is complicit in what went on here in the Americas. But that's a whole nother video. But what I told you that for is to say, so that you will know that we are at war and have been at war. And because we're at war, we have to move a certain way. We can no longer be naive about things. Just because you can go outside and get in your car and drive around, you believe you're free. But you are truly not free. Because one, you don't even know who you truly are. You don't know what your true identity is. I'm telling you what your identity is. You have not studied it and accepted it yet. You understand what I'm saying? But because you do not truly know who you are or where you come from, you just kind of you wander around lost. You think you're somebody who you ain't. I ain't saying that to say that makes you a slave, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, that's just one aspect of you being at war. What I'm talking about is clarity of thought and purpose. When you finally know who you are and you're clear on that, you move on to the next step on what am I going to do next? How will I structure my life so that my children and my children's children have a better life than I did? Right now, you may not even be thinking past your paycheck or next week. But once you realize the ground under your feet belong to you, you're going to start to move different. I know I have. You understand what I'm saying? Things in my life have completely changed. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I probably have would have thought about, if times get tough, I'm going to go get a job. That's the furthest off of my mind. furthest off from my mind. Shit get tough for me, I'm gonna just grind harder doing what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? Because to me, just me now, punching a clock working for somebody else at the stage I'm in life, it's like slavery for me. You know, I've lived a life. I'm damn near, I'm half 100. You know, so I've been on the plantation, punching the clock. That's what I'm saying. So, and it was almost never a need for me to do that, except, you know, you got to pay bills, you take care of your family, you do them things. But I've walked away from businesses and stuff like that, and just, you know, mental fogs, just life. You're gonna go through some shit in life. That's all I'm trying to tell you. But had I known back then what I know now, I would have dug in deeper. I would have been less distracted by bullshit, and I'd have been focused on my goal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to my kids. I think I said, man, if I knew what I said, if I could rewind the clock, still be me, all my full knowledge, and go back to when I was like 17, 18 years old, just about getting ready to be grown, and know what I know now, oh man, whoo, I'd be a beast. I'm talking financially, I'd be a beast. You know what I'm saying? A gazillion billionaire, right? The minute I said that, I said, wait a minute. My boys and my daughters, they getting ready to be about that age. And I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start to pay them to read certain books. You know, like Think and Grow Rich. Some other books that focuses your mind on being creative and producing, you know, money financially, focus on building empires and stuff like that, you know, creating stuff like Black Hollywood, sports teams, you know, real estate, income property, things like this that will give you passive income and truly allow your creative powers to produce the way they was designed to produce. You see what I'm saying? Spiritually, we are creators. You know, we are gods. We are ones with force and power. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you're religious and you hear somebody say they're God, it sounds like blasphemy, you know, like something you shouldn't say. But I'm no longer a religious person, because religion puts you in a box, a bag. It puts limits on spirituality. You know, Muslims pray 5 times to the east or the west. Christians pray to Jesus and he'll forward your message to God. Buddha, I don't know what the hell Buddha do. But what I'm saying is, all of that, all religions, you know, limit spirituality. We are spiritually free people, because spiritually free, that's your natural form. That's your most powerfulest form, and that's why they had to try to control it. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let anybody control your spirituality. Be spiritually free. Be physically free. Go out. Be a beast. Create things. Make a beautiful life for yourself and for your people. You understand what I'm saying? And it starts now. If money is freed up, if you paid what you owed, you could go out and do the things you want to do. Now, are reparations guaranteed? Ain't nothing on this planet guaranteed. But what is guaranteed is you can demand it right now. And with a unified voice, we can all get it. You know what I'm saying? And start that ball rolling. So, to me, it's a no-brainer, people. You know, because I'm fully versed. I understand the system of racism, white supremacy. I know exactly what we up against. I need you to know what we up against, so that you can start to make different moves than you're making. Because if you think just having a black face in the White House is some great come up for black people, no, because there are people with black faces that think like white people, i.e. Barack Obama, i.e. Kamala Harris, i.e. Clarence Thomas, i.e. a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because to some extent, all of us have been indoctrinated through the system of racism, white supremacy, through school, church. You know what I'm saying? Through living experiences. We've all been indoctrinated to believe that to be white supremacists. I know that sounds crazy. You got black people that are white supremacists, but it's absolutely true. And for a long time, I was a white supremacist. I thought that white people's ice was colder. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't wait to move up out my neighborhood, get away from black people. I didn't know it at the time. That was my thought. But I couldn't wait to get out my old neighborhood. And in my brain, growing up watching Brady Bunch, Leave It to Beaver, Lucille Ball, you couldn't help but to think that white people had it going on. And that white people and black people are on the bottom. That's social engineering. That's the system of racism, white supremacy, molding your mind to hate you and to love them. But now that I know differently, it's the complete opposite. I don't want to live around white people. Them's motherfuckers strange. I ain't saying all of them strange. I'm just saying a good portion of them motherfuckers strange. And I never should have had that thought anyway. I grew up in a pretty good neighborhood now that I think back. My very earliest memories of East Chicago Heights, Illinois, Fort Heights was awesome. We had black-owned businesses. We only had one teacher in our school that was white, Mr. Douglas. All black school, black businesses all throughout my neighborhood. Mr. Listening Bee's Barbershop, Elam's had a restaurant, Mr. Jackson Grocery Store. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, racism, white supremacy got busy. It always was busy, but then you started to see the Arabs open a grocery store down there, down there by Congress, well, going that way, and a lot of black businesses just couldn't afford to stay, the way they was, and the system of racism, white supremacy again, make you think that your black neighborhood ain't good. It ain't the shit. Move away. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying? You just a bad neighborhood. There's drugs everywhere. People are crazy. It's bad. You know what I'm saying? And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If a good majority of the people move out of the neighborhood, as opposed to go away, get a college education, and come back and keep building the neighborhood, then yeah, the neighborhood will get bad. And then you got the government pumping drugs into every black neighborhood, crack cocaine, through Ronald Reagan. You know what I'm saying? Him and George Bush. Shit went south quick. You know what I'm saying? But again, none of this was our fault. None of this was our fault. And none of this still isn't our fault, because the things that we have been going through it's almost kind of like an evil plan. But here's racism, white supremacy. White people don't get together once a year, twice a year, and have a big meeting and say, how we gonna fuck black people? That ain't how it works. The gist of the system of racism, white supremacy is simply this. It's the equivalent of people being accepted into the cool kids group in high school. Like, say, the nerds. Let's take a nerd, and just a white nerd. He get accepted into the white cool kid group, and now he feeling better about himself. He no longer want to hang out with the other nerds. That's special privileges to being in the cool kid group. That's the system of racism, white supremacy, the concept in a nutshell. So everything is going to be built around the cool kid group. They're going to get special privileges. They sit at the best tables. At the sporting events, they sit in the best part of the bleachers. A lot of benefits. And that's what happened here in America and abroad. When they created the status of white people, they was elevated socially. Black people was automatically downgraded. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have to get together once and you have a meeting. No, the system moves in its best interest. So if you got a group of people who only feel good if they got certain people around them, then those neighborhoods are going to block other people from coming into the neighborhood, because it's going to take away from the goodness of that neighborhood. We can't let too many black people in here because it'll no longer be special. You see what I'm saying? We can't let too many black people come to this school because it'll no longer be a special school for special people. Things just start happening automatically. Laws get made. Rules go into place. And that's as simple as I can explain the system of racism, white supremacy. And it goes very deep. We got the criminal justice system. Laws are in place to keep black people down and to elevate white people. Movie theater makes movies to elevate white people and keep black people down. You know what I'm saying? Religion. You get no higher in the system of racism, white supremacy than a white God. See what I'm saying? So religion is the indoctrination arm of the system of racism and white supremacy. You know? Because everything came out of black. All blacks throughout the whole world are aboriginal to the landmass where they are or where they came from. Black Africans are aboriginal people of Africa. Australians are aboriginal people from Australia. They didn't travel to Australia. Africans didn't travel to Australia and become Australians. Black people, and again, this goes against what you was taught, we didn't travel here from Africa or be enslaved here from Africa to become black Americans from Africa. No, we're indigenous to America. That's why we look different. We look slightly different than our melanated brothers and sisters in Africa. And I say brothers and sisters because we're melanated brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? So, I want you all, just like I've reached out to y'all and told y'all these things, I want y'all to reach out to y'all people. Maybe share this video to y'all people. Whether you understand it or not. Whether you disagree with me or not. That's not important. It don't matter if you disagree with me or not. Where we should agree on right now is reparations. That's the only, we come together on our common thread. If you're religious and I'm spiritual, forget all that. It don't matter. You understand? If you don't eat meat and I do, then don't worry about all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about any of those differences because none of that shit amounts to anything at the end of the day. What matters right now, because we could address all that other shit later. What matters right now is demanding reparations for our vote, because that'll change things. You know, we could bump heads later about any old thing. It don't matter. Right now, we need to be unified in our push for reparations, because if enough of us get on this same bandwagon, we'll get it. He picked a black vice president, did he not? And it only took, 2 or 3 weeks of harsh people saying, we want you better pick a black woman. Every time I turned on the computer, he better pick a black woman. And guess what he did? He picked a black woman. He didn't want to pick a black woman. He wanted to pick that white lady. I forget her name. But you see, pressure forms diamonds out of coal. You see what I'm saying? Pressure. And right now, the United States is in a position of pure pressure. The pressure is to get Trump's ass out of office. But we cannot do that at the behest of us not getting reparations. We can use this pressure to get reparations and to get Trump out of the office at the same time. That's a chess move. Stop playing checkers. Play chess. You feel what I'm saying? And again, if Biden agreed to it, then Trump gonna say, you know what? Black people are owed reparations. Let's do something about it. These motherfuckers start fighting over reparations. It's gonna be the funniest shit you ever seen in your life. And think about it. We will not lose either way. Because we can't lose, because we haven't been winning. So, use your posting power the way it was meant to be used, powerfully. You feel? In between your fun posts, you see something about voting. Hey, say no reparations, no vote. See what I'm saying? Give it a shot. See what happens. You're going to get some people who are going to be looking at you sideways, and that's fine. That may give you an opportunity to talk to them and tell them what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about hate. It's about love. I love my people so much. I'm wanting to see us get reparations. Simple. It's not love. It's not hate. It's love. You might want to call it tough love, but it's still love. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. But again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new video or go live from time to time. All right? I love each and every one of y'all. Stay black.